Hello, my name is Navigator. How are all of you egg suckers doing today? And of course, I'm using the term egg sucking in reference to the late great Terry Funk, and that is exactly who we are going to be unboxing today on the channel. I stumbled into Target and I found this sitting on a shelf completely by itself, all by its lonesome, and I had to pick it up. I do not have a Terry Funk figure in my collection, and of course, the man recently passed away, the living legend recently passed away within a couple days of Bray Wyatt as well. And this isn't really like a tribute video or memorial video, but I wanted to say rest in peace to Terry Funk and thank you for all that you have done for the wrestling industry. But before we unbox this, I'm actually curious what other figures are in this line. Let's take a look on the back. So we have Terry Funk, which we have right here, the Honky Tonk Man, Ultimate Warrior, which, I mean, there's a million Warrior figures. I don't know why they do that. British Bulldog, I'm probably going to wait on that one because of the upcoming, or not the current Build-A-Figure of him in the jeans. I cannot wait to get that collection. And Bruno Sammartino as well. Classic wrestler there. I'm going to have to pick him up just kind of out of respect almost for my collection. You got to have Bruno in there. But with that being said, let's take him out of the box. Before I unbox this, I wanted to say, I did want to keep this in the box, but it had some damage here already when I first picked it up, and overall it was just kind of feeling really loose, really kind of wild. So in the next weeks or so, I'm gonna try to pick up another one and keep that because this is probably the definitive Terry Funk figure, I would say, and he even has double jointed elbows. But let's open him up and we'll take a look at those elbows that I speak of. Let's do just that. I'm gonna go from this side, I think. Let's open this up. Yeah, on this side right here. I don't even care about the box, honestly. We will pull him out just like that. See you later, as old Kyle Peterson says. Go show him some love. And there we have it. The Texas hardcore legend, Terry Funk from Double Cross Ranch, out of the box, still in the packaging. And I am super excited for this. Let's unbox it. We got all the accessories out first. He comes with 2 extra sets of hands, and I believe an ECW title, which I do not have, and I'm very pumped to have that. And we'll get the man out of here if we can. Very easy. Wonderful. So what we're going to do is, like always, we'll take a look at the accessories first, and then we'll move on to the figure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten out Terry here. Oh, man, this figure feels great, I got to say, folks. But we'll hold off on that, and I'll put him right there. I'll have him standing up. Why not? Ooh, actually, I recently got this little WWE stand thing. I mean, I didn't get it. I found it in my old collection, but that's perfect. We'll have him standing right there so he doesn't fall over. Let's take a look at the hands first. So on the figure equipped, we do have the open hand version, which you guys will see in a second, but it also comes with these 2 wrapped fists as well. And I gotta say, these look awesome. If my camera will focus, you can see on the other side as well, there is kind of that skin tone, very like a fingerless gloves-esque. Love that. Probably going to have this equipped in both hands, along with the cattle prod, or the brand that I guess you could call it. Or yeah, no, it is a brand. It's not a cattle prod. It's a brand. I think that he branded Mick Foley once, actually, with probably not this exact one, but I know they branded him, and this thing is really cool. Always great to have kind of weapon accessories with these figures, and there you go with the Double Cross. Of course, Double Cross Ranch. And this is great. Nothing really going on. It's pure matte black, but a great accessory to have for Terry Funk. And then finally here, we do have the ECW Heavyweight Wrestling World Championship. And this belt looks incredible. I love ECW. Wish I was around when a kid when it was on. Unfortunately, I'm too young for that, but man, I love ECW. Always nice having ECW stuff, especially in an updated collection with the double jointed elbows and whatnot. But that belt looks absolutely phenomenal. Super, super cool. So what we're going to do now is take a look at the figure itself. I'm going to remove him from the stand, which he does fit on if you were curious. And we'll start from the bottom up. So he kind of has these pinstripe pants. I always used to see him in when I'm watching his old matches. The shoes look great too. Great job on the boots there. Moving up, he does have these knee pads, which are a little different than what I typically see. Typically, they're kind of one piece, but these are broken up on the back, and that should make it easier. Yes, it does, for articulation in the legs. That's great. His trunks here, just a pure black, nothing really going on. It kind of stands out a little bit, although I'm not sure if that's exactly how his pants were. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but it does kind of break it up a little bit. It looks like a custom almost, but that's okay. Moving on to the torso here, pretty straightforward torso, nothing really going on there. He does have the white wrist tape going above the wrist, and then like I said before, these are going to be those white wrapped open hands. And moving up, Of course, the legend himself, his face, there you have it. He's kind of got a little bit of a receding hairline and that long, wet hair going on, but he does have his trademark bandana, which let me see if you can do this actually. You can take that off and put that on. So maybe you want to throw on another figure or something, or just keep it on him. There you go. But that looks great. I gotta say, I love this figure. One thing I guess I could have asked for is maybe a little bit more detail when it came to that bandana. They recently did a Ruthless Aggression Undertaker figure that had detail on his bandana, and they could have probably done that with this one. I feel like if well, the box is over there, but if you look at the box, it does have some detail, some designs and patterns on the bandana. So a little bit of a mishap there with them. But let's do this. Let's kind of pose him in a decent way first. We'll wrap the title around his waist, and then we can wrap up this video. So I'm going to throw the fisted hand in his left hand, and I'm going to have that kind of coming up like this. I feel like Terry was always in some kind of pose where he was kind of had his fist up like that. You know what I mean? And then we'll have this other hand here, and we'll throw the cattle prod in there. If it will fit, hopefully. I don't want to have to belabor this at all. And yeah, that works out pretty well. So we'll throw that down by his side. Ooh, it didn't really stick in there. Let me force that through there a little bit more. There we go. Make sure that he is looking all nice and neat. And then finally, let's wrap the gold around his waist. And oh man, I tell you, man, when you add a championship to any figure, I mean, you could have the most ridiculous, broken, disgusting figure in your life. But once you put gold around their waist, man, oh, it just looks so much better. So I could make that a little bit tighter, but there you go. There's the kind of a zoomed out view of it. But if I were to bring it closer, we'll do a nice scale of all this. Let me get my hands in the right place so it'll focus. And there we go. Look at that title. It looks so awesome. It's got the cattle prod there as well, moving up. And there you have it. The legend himself, the hardcore legend, Terry Funk, now in my collection. Guys, I do believe that this might be a Target exclusive. Don't quote me on that, but I've only ever found WWE Legends there. Maybe that's kind of an obvious thing, but yes, I did find this at Target, and that is where I would recommend to go pick up this figure along with the other ones in the line. Absolutely phenomenal. And once again, rest in peace to Terry Funk. But with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. My name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.